So that's the original Assassin's Creed covered. Some thought it was incredible, some thought it sucked. Me, I thought it was great. So now let's look at the game that was released 2 years later, Assassin's Creed 2.
The best way for me to describe Assassin's Creed 2 would be to say that if you didn't like Assassin's Creed 1, you should still try this game out because it's a huge improvement over its predecessor. But I'm getting ahead of myself. What's the plot? Well, in present day, the story begins right where the original game horrendously ended. Lucy breaks Desmond out of Abstergo and takes him to some warehouse so he can follow in another of his ancestors' footsteps in order to train himself to become an assassin. I don't know why his time spent with Altair in the first game didn't do the trick, but regardless, Desmond is now training for the apparent war that's been going on between the Templars and Assassins for 1,000 years. Not exactly an epic, but I guess it's okay. The ancestor Desmond visits this time around is Ezio Auditore de Firenze in late 15th century Italy. Again, haven't taken world history yet, so... Anyway, he's actually just a teenager at the start. His dad and brothers are killed. He's out for revenge. In fact, I think I have the perfect summary for this story.
My name is Ezio Auditore de Firenze. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Why do I have a yellow baseball bat?
Okay, back on track. Ezio's story is good but poorly told. The characters aren't particularly interesting, and the pace is rushed. It had more potential, but it's still alright. To be fair, Ezio had a pretty good chance of being interesting. They just don't really capitalize on his emotional trek during their revenge that much. Maybe that's good, but I don't know. I would have liked to see more to it. Now, admittedly, I'd be lying if I said this game had a great start. I mean, it sets up Ezio's plight okay, and it isn't bad for a tutorial, but it's a 2-hour tutorial. Sorry, but I just wanted to get to the assassinations. And wouldn't you know it, the first few assassinations are letdowns too. To me, I just love waltzing up to someone and going, smoke stab! You know, being subtle. The first time you really get to do this is a good 3 or 4 hours in. And that kind of stinks. I mean, take this assassination. It looks like I've managed to sneak up on them. Except they've somehow seen me and I have to fight them with my sword. Damn it. And why do I have to chase this person? Just let me sneak up. Oh, yeah. Anybody who has seen my first Assassin's Creed review knows that I passionately hated the combat. So before we move on to anything else, let's just get this out of the way. The combat is sort of better. To me, it's gone from being unforgivably broken to unforgivably dull. The counterattack is much more responsive, but it still ultimately means standing around and waiting for your opponents to strike. They do give the fighting more depth with more moves and stuff, but they're kind of pointless. You're best off either spamming attack or waiting for a counterattack opportunity. Now, to be fair, when I bought myself a mace, the combat got fun for obvious reasons, but that only lasted about 10 minutes until the boredom kicked in again.
Hang on. Didn't I say that this game was a huge improvement over its predecessor? I should probably say why.
Okay, well, they pretty much took the formula of the original Assassin's Creed and put it on steroids. There are way more mission types like escorts, races, beat-ups, and tailings, as well as the assassinations, which, even though they take a while to surface, when they finally come up, they're the pinnacle of stealth gameplay once again. Plus, there are many more kill opportunities, such as the kill from Haystack, the epic ledge kill, and, of course,
Death from above, biatch!
Ezio is also much better equipped than Altair. I won't spoil the coolest gadget, but I will say he now has 2 of those awesome wrist blades, the aforementioned smoke bombs, poison, which I'll get to, and he can even throw money. Actually, having money is an upgrade from the original title anyway. With it, you can buy more ammo for your throwing knives, poison, and etika. You can buy armor, weapons, or invest it in your villa to make even more money. It's a nice addition. I remember complaining about the AI being quote-unquote hokey in the original title. To their credit, Ubisoft took some steps to fix this. Now the suspicion of the guards is marked by an actual meter. Being out in the open and conspicuous will make guards suspicious, and the meter will slowly rise, and you can probably guess what happens when it reaches the top. To stop this, you need to break their line of sight or blend in with a group of people, which is also a nice addition. It still makes the AI seem pretty weird at times, but still, it's nice. The only time this is actually going to be a problem for you is when you're on the rooftops with no haystacks to go into. Like, take this here. Doopy-doopy-doo, just climbing around, not gonna kill anybody at all, just, relaxing. What? Oh, hang on, what? Ooh, it looks like they spotted me. That's okay. I can still make this work. I mean, the guys up top haven't seen me. Maybe I can pull this off. Who the heck is seeing me anyway? Ah, it's those guys. Alright, well, what can they do? Oop. Oh, it looks like they mean business now. That's okay. I doubt they can reach me from here. Ow! Clang! Another neat little tweak is the pickpocketing. Yeah, it was in the first game when you were able to do it as a mission. In this game, however, the slow walk is replaced with a fast walk. And in this fast walk, you can automatically pickpocket people. While it's annoying when you occasionally take someone's wallet when you were just trying to catch up to the crowd so you could blend, walking around and pickpocketing people is actually one of my favorite things to do in this game. Yoink, 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 you're adopted. Then we have the assassination contracts. These are the optional side missions that you can do. And these are the shit. The game's pace can drag on at times, but once these are unlocked, whenever you start to wish that you could go back to the epic stealth gameplay, do a couple contracts. I'm not kidding when I say that one time after I beat this game, I killed like an hour and a half of time just doing these side missions. It's really darn fun. If I had to list any other negatives with this game, the escort missions drag on. Well, the escort missions in which you are being escorted. Really, these should have just been called exposition missions. And they stink because you just walk around listening to someone just ramble on and on and on, and you're just gonna get bored. Also, there's only a couple of them, but the tailing missions really need some work. There's no challenge to them. He's not even looking behind him to see if he's being tailed. Come on, give me something to make me hide. Look, I just jumped right into his peripheral vision and he saw nothing. At least challenge me a little. Travel time was also a slightly annoying factor in the first game, but here it's just obnoxious. Also, am I the only one who thinks that the poisoning deaths are a bit over the top? Oh, what was that? Huh, that felt a little funny. Oh, I don't feel so good. Oh, I feel I might be sick. Oh, something's wrong. I can tell. I'm dying. No, not yet. I'm not ready to leave this world. You'll have to take me fighting. Nothing's gonna make the lights go out for me. My strength leaves me. I know this is the end. Tell my wife.
Okay, I might have added a couple subtle tweaks here and there, but still, Jesus!
Finally, just like the first game, the ending is awful. Like, really atrocious. I'll just leave it at that. Alright, wrapping everything up, as I said for the outset, this is a much better game than the first, which was already a great title. The campaign is about 4 hours longer, there's a ton to do, the repetitivity is highly lessened, and the assassinations are something I never tire of, and now you can do as many as you want with the optional assassination contracts, which is awesome. The game takes a while to get going, and the combat is still far from adequate. But when the game gets going, and you unlock those smoke bombs that enable you to drop one, and then just stab every blinded person in the vicinity, oh yeah, it just sucks that you only get 3 bombs. This was almost a 9.5 out of 10. Yet the combat remains the Achilles heel of the series and it has not been fixed. Maybe if the game started getting really good faster than 4 hours in, it would achieve such a score, but as it is, it's still an awesome sandbox stealth game that I highly recommend. I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
I know you're only doing as you're told, so if you release me, I will spare your lives. Ah! Listen! Ah!
Whew. Well, you can probably tell by looking at the scores, but to settle this argument once and for all, 2.5 years after it lost its relevance, but Batman Arkham Asylum wins Game of the Year for 2009.
Oh no. No.
Now wait. Oh yeah!